Today we will learn about calculus mathematics. In previous lecture we have discussed a lot about the calculus mathematics. I mean differentiation formula. So just a recapitulation, differential calculus, What is the use of studying this differential calculus? I will tell you later on. Just wait for a minute. I will tell you. Now, in differential calculus, if you write the formula, suppose if first one is y is equal to x raised to n. I am writing the formula one by one here. The first one is y is equal to x raised to n. Recall your memory. Yesterday we have proved that then dy by dx is what? Nxn minus 1. The second formula I have written y is equal to some constant c. Then dy by dx, c is a constant. Like a number, like sin theta or not sin theta, sin 60 degree. Then you will have a number like root 3 by 2. Then if you differentiate it with respect to x, then dy by dx is 0. But if you have constant into some variable x raised to n, then dy by dx is what? C n x n minus 1. As for example, y is equal to suppose 2x raised to half. Then what is dy by dx? Dy by dx is 2. Now put the constant as usual and then differentiate x raised to half, which is half x half minus 1. So this is 2 will cancel out, x raised to half minus 1 is minus half. So you can write 1 by root x also. Then dy by dx is 1 by root x. Now the fourth one is if y is equal to u plus v. U is the function of x, v is the function of x. So two functions, sum of two function is equal to a function y. Then dy by dx is equal to du by dx plus dv by dx. You may have n terms. Accordingly, plus dw by dx plus dot 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 dot. As for example, if y is equal to x square plus suppose x cube into x square, then what is dy by dx? You have to differentiate both the terms separately, like x cube, 3x 3 minus 1, 2 plus 2x 2 minus 1, that is 1, need not write. So this is 3x square plus 2x. You can take x common. This is 3x plus 2. So this is the dy by dx of u plus v. Now the fifth one is y is equal to u into v. Remember, u and v are a function of x. U depends on x, v depends on x. And then you have to find the differential coefficient of y, that is differentiation of y with respect to x. Then dy by dx is how much? This is du. So this is the first term, this is second term, and this is called product rule. So if there are two terms and the terms are multiplied, then consider this one as first term, keep it as usual, differentiate the second term, dv by dx plus, then second term, differentiate the first term, du by dx. This way you can find dy by dx. As for example, if you have function like y is equal to x cube, x square into x cube. Okay, so u is x square, v is x cube. Then dy by dx is now first function into differentiation of second function. Differentiate the second function. Second function is 3x3 minus 1, 2 plus. Then write the second function first and then differentiate first function, x square. Differentiation is 2x2 minus 1. So this is 3x raised to 4 plus 2x raised to cube and then x. So this is x raised to 4 only. X raised to 4 only. This is totally 5x raised to 4. If you see it directly, so then it is y is equal to, this is nothing but y is equal to x raised to 3 into 2, 5. 3 plus 2, 5. And then if you differentiate directly without using the product rule, then it is 5x 5 minus 1. So it's how much? 5x raised to 4. So we are getting the same thing. It means this formula is correct. Product rule, u into v. And the last one is divide. If a function is like 6, y is equal to u by v. So if u and v are two functions and u is the function of x, v is the function of x, and then y is u by v. So then dy by dx. Now this is numerator, this is denominator. Now keep the denominator first and then differentiate the numerator, which is du by dx. Differentiate it with respect to x. Then put a negative sign. And then write numerator first, and then differentiate denominator, which is dv by dx, whole divided by denominator square. So that is v square. So this is a rule how to differentiate, that is addition, multiplication and divide. Okay, if a function is of this form, then how will you differentiate it? Now we are talking about the algebraic function. Yesterday, in the last class, we told you that we will do some problem, some differentiation of trigonometric function also. Now starting the trigonometric function. So why I am doing this one only? Because this is useful in case of, if you write, take someone a snapshot. I will rub the board. Taken, okay. So now I am doing some part of velocity, instantaneous velocity is nothing but dx or ds by dt, dx by dt, v instantaneous. Suppose displacement varies with time with the relation x is equal to 2t square or 2t plus 5t square. Okay. Now you have to find acceleration, you have to find velocity. Find instantaneous velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds. Also find the acceleration at t is equal to 2 seconds. So how will you solve this type of problem? Displacement varies with time with the relation x is equal to 2t plus 5t square. Now just to find velocity, v instantaneous is nothing but dx by dt. That is a small distance covered in infinitesimally small time interval is nothing but instantaneous velocity. Average velocity is some distance covered divided by that time interval. Within that time interval, how much distance the body is covering. So that distance, total distance covered by total time, this will give you the average velocity. But instantaneous velocity is small distance covered in a small time interval, dt. Remember, delta t tends to 0 is called dt. If delta t is 1 second, then 1 millionth of a second is called dt. And imagine the scenario, your vehicle is covering how much distance in millionth of a second. And then that distance divided by time gives you instantaneous. That is velocity at any instant. Instantaneous velocity. Now instantaneous velocity v is equal to d by dt of x. X is this is 2t plus 5t squared. Just differentiate it. So differentiation gives you 2, then differentiation of t is how much? dt by dt, 1. Or you can see d by dt of t only. So what is the power? 1. So differentiation is d by dt of something x raised to n, t raised to n. Then how will you differentiate it? N x n minus 1. So it's how much? 1 t raised to 0. T raised to 0 is 1. So 1 into 1 finally gives you 1. In other words, you can just visualize this dt by dt 1. So this is 2 only, plus 5 and then t square. T square is 2t 2 minus 1, n x n minus 1. So this is 2 plus 10t. It means velocity is not constant. It's time dependent. So at different time interval, velocity will be different. This is the scenario. So velocity at t is equal to 2 second. Instantaneous velocity at 2 second is 2 plus 10 into this t is 2 only. So 2 plus 20, that is 22 meter per second. If x is measured in meter and t in second, provided that x is measured in meter and time t in second, then only you can write. So v at t is equal to 2 second is 22 meter per second. Now to find the acceleration, instantaneous acceleration, instantaneous acceleration. We will discuss about these things in first unit, that is motion in one dimension. In detail we will discuss there. But here what is the use of differential calculus in understanding physics? So this A is equal to dv by dt. Acceleration is rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity is defined as acceleration. So acceleration is d by dt of v. Whatever v is there, instantaneous velocity is 2 plus 10t. Okay. So now differentiate 2 plus 10t with respect to t. So this is differentiation of 2 alone, no t is there. So this is the constant. So differentiation of 2 is 0 plus this is 10t, constant into a variable t. So constant is written here and then differentiate t, that is dt by dt, 1. So that is equal to 10 meter per second square. Actually acceleration is independent of time. No term like t is involved. So this shows that acceleration does not depend upon time for this relation. So this is the case of uniformly accelerated motion. So in uniformly accelerated motion, acceleration will remain constant. Whatever is the acceleration at t is equal to 1 second, that will be at t is equal to 2 seconds, that will be at t is equal to 5 seconds. So acceleration is independent of time. This shows that the body is moving with constant acceleration. Constant acceleration means uniform acceleration. Constant means uniform. Now, if you are asked to find the initial velocity, then you have to put t is equal to 0. So the moment you put t 0, v equals to 2 meter per second. So this gives you the initial velocity. I can do it somewhere at this place. Now initial, if you want to find initial velocity, so initial velocity means at t0, at t equals to 0, then v equals to 2 plus 10 t, t is 0. So it is 2 meter per second only, is the initial velocity. Initial velocity. Take the snapshot. I will, okay, very fast. Now, after knowing this concept, you can do such types of problem. Many problems are there in your books also. Now, differentiation of some quantity like I can put some another question for you. This is x is equal to 2t plus 5t square plus 3t cube. Okay, this is the question. You have to find velocity, instantaneous velocity at t is equal to, suppose 2 seconds. You have to find acceleration at t is equal to 3 seconds. Okay. So how will you find velocity? Initial of velocity, you can also find it. So initial velocity, velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds, velocity acceleration at t is equal to 3 seconds. Now the simple formula is x is measured in meter, t in second. Condition is x is measured in meter and t in second. These are conditions. So to find v, instantaneous velocity, you have to differentiate this condition, that is dependency of x on t. So dx by dt. So this is d by dt of whatever x is there, 2t plus 5t square plus 3t cube. Just differentiate it. So 2 dt by dt, 1 need not to write, or you can write plus 5t square. If you differentiate d by dt of t square, then it is 2t only. 2t, 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1 only, plus 3t cube. T cube, 3t, 3 minus 1. So this is finally 5 plus 10t plus 9t square is the instantaneous velocity. Now if you are interested to find instantaneous velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds, that is velocity at this instant. So at t is equal to 2 seconds. Now how will you find v? V at 2 seconds is 2 plus, you have to put t is equal to 2. So 10t plus 9t square. So this is 2 plus 20 plus 9 into 4. So it's how much? 22 plus 30, 58 meter per second. Don't say only 58. 58 meter per second. Now how will you find acceleration? Acceleration is dv by dt. dv by dt. Now let us differentiate d by dt of v, whatever v you have calculated. So v is time dependent. Okay. Now you have to differentiate this one. So differentiation is differentiation of 2 alone, no t is there, so it is constant, so it should be 0, plus 10 t dt by dt 1 plus 9 t square is 2t 2 minus 1. So this is how much? Acceleration is 10 plus 18t. So here acceleration is not time independent, rather it is time dependent. So at different t, acceleration has a different value. So it is not the case of uniformly accelerated motion. Here acceleration is not constant, rather it varies with time. So then if you are asked to find acceleration at t is equal to 3 seconds, so at t is equal to 3 second, what will be its acceleration? That is 10 plus 18 into 3, 64 now. Is it 64? 64 meter per second square is the acceleration. Remember, here acceleration is not a constant. So this is not the case of uniformly accelerated motion, because acceleration contains a factor t. So at different t, at different instant of time, acceleration will have the different values. So it is non-uniform motion, non-uniformly accelerated, non-uniformly accelerated motion, non-uniformly accelerated motion. S is equal to ut plus half it square. There the acceleration is uniformly accelerated, motion is uniformly accelerated, acceleration is constant. V is equal to u plus at, acceleration is constant. V square is equal to u square plus 2as, again acceleration is constant. So acceleration is variable quantity if the displacement varies with time by this relation, or some other form like t cube, t4 is also involved, t5 power is also involved, then it will not be constant. Acceleration is a non-uniformly accelerated motion. Now, some problem based on, take the snapshot, I will rub the board. Yeah, taken? Okay. So actually we are dealing physics just now, but with the help of calculus, mathematics. Now, if I ask you y is equal to 7x5 divided by x plus 4. Now, how will you find dy by dx? Find dy by dx. You have to find dy by dx. Condition is y is equal to 7x raised to 5 divided by x plus 4. So consider this one whole as a first numerator. This is denominator. U by v format. So how do you differentiate it? Dy by dx is denominator. Write denominator first and then differentiate numerator. So if you differentiate numerator, then 7 x raised to 5. Differentiation of x raised to 5 is 5x 5 minus 1. Then put a negative sign and then write numerator first, 7x5, and then differentiate denominator. Denominator is differentiation of x with respect to x you are differentiating. So differentiation of x is 1 plus differentiation of 4 is 0. Differentiation of 4 is 0. So then divided by denominator square, x plus 4 whole square. So then you are getting 7 5s are 35, x raised to 4 and then x plus 4 minus 7x5 divided by x plus 4 whole square. You can just adjust them. 35 x raised to 5 minus 7 x raised to 5. It's how much? 35 minus 7? 28 x raised to 5. Then plus 35 into 4. It's how much? 140 x raised to 4 divided by x plus 4 whole square. Or you may take x raised to 4 common and then you can also write in the same way. Okay, our purpose is not to solve this, what will be the final answer. If you are knowing the differentiation, how to differentiate if it is in u by v form or u into v form, this is our purpose. So once you know how to differentiate, the u by v format, u into v format, then it will be easy for us to solve the problems in physics. Now we are discussing with some differentiation of some trigonometrical function. Take the snapshot. Okay, I will rub the board. Taking? Okay. So the next part is differentiation of some trigonometric function. Differentiation of some trigonometric function. Differentiation of some trigonometric function, like y equals to sin x. Okay, then if you want to find dy by dx, this is cos x only. Differentiation of sin x is cos x. There is a proof of this formula, but the proof I should not do it, because you will learn in mathematics, differentiation, one chapter is there. So dy by dx is cos x. So if y is equal to sin nx, like sin 2x, sin 4x, sin 3x, then dy by dx is n cos nx. N cos nx. As for example, if y is equal to sin 3x, then you have to find dy by dx. Then it is 3 cos 3x. 3 cos 3x. Now coefficient of x, what is the coefficient of x? 3. 3 should be written outside. So taken outside. Okay, then sin 3x is cos 3x. Similarly, if y is equal to cos x, then dy by dx is differentiation of minus sin x. Very good. And then if y is equal to cos nx, then dy by dx is similarly minus n, okay, sin nx. As for example, cos 3x, then it will be minus 3 sin 3x dy by dx. Similarly, you can write expression for 10 also. If y is equal to 10x, it is fifth part, then dy by dx, yeah, 10x is sec square x. No, 10x is sec square x. So this is sec square x, 10x. So if you want to write 10x, then it is called sec square x. And if y is equal to sec x, then dy by dx is sec x into 10x. And if y is equal to cot x, then very good. So then dy by dx is minus cosec square x. And the last one is if y is equal to cosec x, then dy by dx, yeah, minus cot x into cosec x. So this 7-8 formula you have to keep in mind. Okay, sin cos 10, most of the time sin cos 10 is used, and sec, cot and cosec rarely used. So okay, sin cos 10, you just keep it in mind. Differentiation of trigonometric function. Now differentiation of logarithmic function. Take the snapshot. I will rub the board. Yeah, taken. Huh? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. No, you have to take the attendance at the last. Say 5 minutes before we finish the class. 5 minutes before. And at that time, whosoever is there, it will record all the names. That's enough. Okay? So if I finish the class at 12:20, take the attendance at 12:15. Okay? 12:15. Then leaving joining will not be. Yeah? 12:10. Okay, so now we have 10 minutes time. Differentiation of some logarithmic function. Okay? Should I rub the board? Should I rub it? Okay. So if you differentiate y is equal to y is equal to logarithmic function. Logarithmic function. So y is equal to log x base e. Okay. Then dy by dx is differentiation of log x is 1 by x and then log e base e. E base e is 1. So just remember this is 1 by x. I mean whenever I told you that differentiate y is equal to log x. So then dy by dx is 1 by x. Dy by dx is 1 by x. Differentiation of log x is 1 by x. Just remember this way. If you have a function y is equal to log u base e, where u is the function of x, where u is the function of x, then how will you differentiate it? Then dy by dx is, yeah, so first it is 1 by u and then differentiate u with respect to x, du by dx. So this way you can differentiate du, that is differentiation of u with respect to x. Finally, if I ask you y is equal to e raised to x, exponential function, then dy by dx is e raised to x only. And if y is equal to e raised to nx, like e raised to 2x, then dy by dx is x, n e raised to nx. N e raised to nx. As for example, e raised to 3x, then it is 3 e raised to 3x. 3 e raised to 3x. Okay? If y is equal to e raised to ax, then tell me what is dy by dx? Dy by dx is, yeah, a e raised to ax only. Now y is equal to e raised to 4x. Then how will you find dy by dx? This is 4 e raised to 4x. 4 e raised to 4x. Okay. Now if y is equal to three, 4, if y is equal to e raised to x raised to n, then dy by dx is now e raised to x raised to n, whatever it is there, it's okay. Then differentiate x raised to n. So differentiation of x raised to n is, yeah, differentiation of x raised to n is n, yeah, nx n minus 1. n x n minus 1 into e raised to x raised to n, e raised to x raised to n. As for example, if y is equal to e x square, then how will you differentiate it? I mean, dy by dx is, yeah, e raised to, so it is 2x e raised to x square, 2x e raised to x square. This way you can find the trigonometric and logarithmic and exponential function and exponential function. Okay. Now some problems based on y is equal to, okay, just take the snapshot. Just take the snapshot. Okay, 5 minutes we have. Now I am asking one question. Y equals to e raised to 2x into sine x square into sine x square. Then you have to find dy by dx. What to find? Dy by dx. So then dy by dx, now assume it as u into v form. This is u, this is v. First function, second function. So write first function as usual and then differentiate sine x square. So differentiation of sine is cos. Okay. Then you have to differentiate x square also. So differentiation of x square is 2x 2 minus 1. This is differentiation of sine x square. Sine, differentiation of sine is cos, whatever x square is there, and then finally differentiate x square. Then plus second function, write the sine x square as usual, and then differentiate e raised to 2x. So differentiation of e raised to 2x is e raised to 2x only, and then differentiation of 2x is 2x1. So finally you are getting e raised to 2x. You may take common e raised to 2x, e raised to 2x. Then finally it is 2x cos x square, then plus 2 sine x square. You may take 2 common, so take it 2 outside. Okay. Then it is x cos x square plus sine x square is the answer. In the same way, you can differentiate the other problems. Suppose if you are writing y equal to sine ax plus b whole square, then what is dy by dx? What is dy by dx? How will you find it? Then differentiation of sine, whatever sine something. So differentiation of sine is cos. So write cos ax plus b whole square. Okay. Then differentiate this term ax plus b whole square. So assume this whole as x. So x square. So how will you differentiate it? Into 2 ax plus b raised to 2 minus 1. N x n minus 1. But this is not the end. You have to differentiate ax plus b also. Then differentiation of ax plus b is a, differentiation of x is 1 plus differentiation of b alone, no x, so it is 0, constant. Then your final result is a, 2a, this is a into 2, then ax plus b, and then this cos of ax plus b whole square is the differentiation. 2a ax plus b into cos ax plus b whole square. Yeah, written. Should I take two minutes more? Then I can solve one more problem. Oh, take the snapshot. Okay. Now, question is, number I don't know. I'm not recalling the number. X square by 10x. U by V format. This is U by V form. So then what is the formula for dy by dx? Dy by dx is denominator, right, denominator first, and then differentiate numerator. So numerator is 2x 2 minus 1. Okay, then minus u by v minus. Then write numerator first and then differentiate denominator. Differentiation of 10x is sec square x divided by denominator square. So 10x ka whole square, that is 10 square x. Don't write 10x square. Sin x whole square, that is sin square x. Yeah? So 10 square x. The whole term, if you solve it a little bit, then this is 2x, 10x minus x square sec square x whole divided by 10 square x. You can write this way also, 2x, 10x. See 10x by 10 square x. It just divide 10 square x in both the term. So 10x by 10 square x is 10x only minus x square, then sec square x by 10 square x. Yeah. So this is 2x. 1 by 10x is cot x. 1 by 10x is cot x minus x square. And what is 1 by sec square x by 10 square x? That is 1 by sin square x. 1 by sin square x. So 1 by sin square x is cosec square x. So this will be your final answer. Now, we are not taking much time since the limit has already been crossed.